The 56-year-old farmer from Dipton has officially signed off with a final valedictory speech, emotional speech in Parliament, where he spoke about his 27-year career. Remember, he arrived as a young MP in 1990. Today was his last day. With more, here's our political reporter, Mahiran.
At least he's retained more of his hair than I have.
I want to know, did you take your chair with you?
Sure enough, behind Bill English's old desk sat a faded pink chair that looked pretty small and very ordinary. As Mr. English laughed with his old colleagues, it became apparent the time was coming to say goodbye.
Well, you're never quite ready to go, are you?
In his old office, now the new digs of his successor, Simon Bridges, Bill English couldn't help but take a jab at his old friend, Nelson MP Nick Smith.
This is the official handover.
Yeah.
You now become father of the house.
Congratulations! Does that mean people will finally respect me? Yeah, they will.
The two MPs have been in Parliament for 27 years, something Bill English reflected on in his valedictory speech.
The library tells me I've spoken 1,000 times in the House, answered or asked 2,000 questions and answers. I suspect probably about 10,000 interjections, 23 of which were witty.
Though now one of the old hands, once upon a time he was the new kid on the block. Here he is speaking to RNZ as a fresh-faced MP for Wallace in 1990.
There's nothing particularly special about the way this process goes on and nothing particularly unusual. I think most people you'll find in politics have an incurable addiction to it and have had for a long time, and I'm certainly one of those.
That addiction has kept him going in Parliament. Nick Smith started with him back then and was part of a group known as the Brat Pack.
It feels strange. There were 30 new members of Parliament elected with myself and Bill. To be the last one sort of feels like the passage of history.
The up and downs for Bill English were more pronounced than for most MPs. As a young politician, he rocketed up the National Party ranks. He was the Health Minister, Finance Minister and Treasurer before the government, headed by Jenny Shipley, was voted out in 1999. He then led a coup against Mrs Shipley, rolling her to become National Party leader. But for Bill English, it turned into a political move which backfired badly. He led National to its worst defeat ever in the 2002 election.
Today, this is the verdict of the voter. We accept that verdict. I'm the leader of the party. I've got the responsibility of dealing with the consequences of it.
That election defeat was foreshadowed by a bruising charity boxing match where he suffered a bloody nose. At his goodbye speech today, he recalled a story of how eager his coach was to fight him.
And I said to him one day, Chris, why are you so keen to get in the ring? And he said, mate, it's because you're a Tory and I want to hit you. The composure that I led under the tutelage of this hardcore Labour supporter about how to stay composed while you're taking the punches made all the difference to the capacity to lead my party through a very difficult period.
Bill English did get up to fight again. When up-and-coming rookie John Key took over in 2008, he formed a successful partnership, becoming Finance Minister and Loyal Deputy, before taking over in 2016. He then fought a hard election campaign, where he secured 44% of the vote, much to the surprise of many analysts. But tonight, he leaves all the wins and all the losses behind as he leaves Parliament. Bill English fought back tears as he spoke his final words in the House, which has arguably become a second home.
Quote from James K. Baxter, which I've always liked. It's from his poem called New Zealand, where the first line is, these unshaped islands on the Sawyer's bench wait for the chisel of the mind. Mr. Speaker, on March the 13th, when I officially resign, on March the 13th it will be 10,000 days since I was elected. And I'm satisfied that every day I took my turn at the chisel.
atu i te whare parimata mō te hōtaka o te ahi ahi, ko mei Heron aho.